Welcome back, Paperboy. This week we're talking about outing. I'm not talking about a fun outing outdoors with a group of people, as in camping or hiking or whatever nature stuff you all do, right? So, there are many reasons why it's dangerous to out somebody who's stealth. I'll start with the first one, which is safety. Safety is a big concern. Violence against trans people is unfortunately a real concern. People choose to be stealth because they don't want to deal with that violence. Um, it makes sense. Some people freak out and are irrational about other people being transgender. People that get, in addition to being verbally assaulted, they get physically assaulted. They can get killed. They can get raped. All these things. And some people said they like a conversion. Like, I'll fix you, and you'll know that you're really a so and so. That kind of stuff happens. And if people want to be stealth, power to them. I don't believe in stealth shaming. When I see that on groups online, I don't even know. I get to step back because I get really, really fed up and angry with trans people stealth shaming other trans people. You don't know their environment. You don't know the social environment, um, just the political climate, anything of where that person lives and why they choose to be stealth. Another reason people might want to be stealth is job security. That goes from anywhere from co-workers to management to being able to keep your job. If someone's outed, that might compromise their job, might compromise their living situation, might affect their whole life basically because they don't have a job anymore. Makes enough sense. Another reason, just to feel comfortable and be able to finally, like they've not assimilate. Such sounds like such a negative connotation, heavy word, but having been able to assimilate and be seen and being perceived as their true authentic self and gender means so much to so many people. It does for me. Okay, at the beginning I was out for a few years before I started medically transitioning, which means being on hormones and top surgery for me. So at the beginning, I did have to prompt people for my pronouns, my name from people that knew me before. I restarted at this job without having legally changed my name, which came later. So a few people did see some mess ups that were printed out on a schedule and circulated on an email. For the most part, I wasn't being read as male. Thus, I was quiet because my voice is really high pitched. So there's a lot about work that I will explain. Most of it is dealing with my recent time off for surgery. One of the managers said something about me being off, and then to a coworker, and had to try to cover that up with saying that, oh, Dazi, he's going on vacation. So then I got questions like, oh, where are you going? Which was exhausting. Fast forward to me going back to work, same person asking where the fuck I was going on vacation told me that the reason why she knew I wasn't drinking was because I was on some medications that would conflict with it. And said a manager told her that. I have since contacted management and let them know how I feel, and I would like some more time to talk to them because we just barely touched base with it. But nobody needs to know why I had time off. With any job, if you have medical time off or if you have leave, that's all you need. No one needs to. Sorry, I'm cold. Nobody needs to know your reason why. I don't want other coworkers that only know me as male to treat me any differently, especially with the guys. It took so long in life to be able to live as me that it only makes sense to respect that and not out me. And same goes for other trans people. Trans people outing trans people. This happens. I've seen it on Facebook. Also, I'm out on Facebook and Instagram, but on Instagram my page is private. I have to approve someone to follow me. Same thing on Facebook. I'll deny any friend requests from coworkers or people that. And if they ask me, no one's asked me so far. If they ask me at work, I can say that it's because I'm a trainer. They ask me if other reasons, if they are not coworkers. Say I prefer not to. I see them in real life, so why do I need to know them in fake life? Whatever I want to say. No, nobody should feel obligated to know your past. No one should feel entitled to out you as a trans person. And where the confusion is for some people before you're on hormones, or not to say every trans person is going to be on hormones, but before you're read and perceived as male, some people might have to prompt it as like, hey, just so you know, Dazi used male pronouns for him, right? When people are using female ones for whatever reasons. Um, Before I was perceived as male full time. So then jump to me not having to prompt anybody or no one else having to prompt anybody for my pronouns, and then people being confused by that separation. Like, don't do that now. It's not necessary, and it's definitely unnecessary for you to out me. Well, go back. Trans people outing. Trans people, this happens online. Back to social media. Some guys were running like trying to start a trans magazine, so they were adding every trans guy, and then they would make these posts, which very clearly honed into every guy I'm tagging here is trans, every guy I'm tagging here is trans. I have my settings where I have to approve. I go in and out of having that setting. Have to approve because there's some trans people that will spam your shit just so they get more views or more likes. And it's not even that they have an actual conversation with you or interact with you other than that. That's dangerous for people who that profile that they have is their everything profile, right? And so now you've outed these people, or hey, trans guys, look at my video. Tag people who are not out. So trans people need to be careful too. A lot of people that I've told some people message them that they need to watch out for that. Some of the younger guys, I say younger, not meaning so much in age, but also in age, age, and then younger along in their transition, don't even think about that. Doesn't cross their mind. I think what stealth means, especially in forums where I see people talk about being stealth, and they're using it in a different context as far as living their life being misgendered as female just so it's easier. And that's not what stealth means. If you have any questions, ask me. But I see a lot of the younger guys kind of get confused on that. But yeah, if you have a friend who's questioning their transition and you want to ask someone you know who's trans, like, hey, do you have resources? Is it okay if I tell them that I know someone trans? Yeah, probably just omit their name. You don't need a username. Like my name, it's going to be pretty obvious who you're talking about. But yeah, just have respect. If you have questions, ask a trans person. You can't go wrong with that. I can't make blanket statements for everybody. This is my experience, and I think some of y'all can relate to it. Also, since this video is about outing, if you work with me, do not share this in San Antonio. It defeats the whole purpose.